Girlfriend asked for an open relationship. Is there any chance at saving this? Hello, all. Hope you are all having a good start to your weekend. Can't say mine has been great. I apologize if this sub isn't the right place for a question like this, but I feel like it fits. Let's just get into it. This morning, my girlfriend, who we will call Rose, 24 female, told me she needed to talk about something very important. Turns out this important thing was to ask if we could open up the relationship. This felt like a huge gut punch. I really thought we had a good relationship. I am 25 male, and we've been together for 2.5 years. I think she could tell because she seemed to backtrack very quickly. I asked her why she'd want to open up the relationship, and she said she thinks it would help both of us grow. What does that mean? Anyway, I won't go over the whole conversation. I tried to stay calm as much as I could. Eventually told her I'd like her to leave while I thought about everything. She seems pretty distraught, which makes me wonder if she thought I'd react differently. Anyway, my main question, is there any chance at saving this? Really, up until this point, I thought things were going well. Maybe I'm still kind of in shock, but I'd like to possibly save the relationship. This literally happened like an hour ago, and I really am having a difficult time processing. But I feel really hurt, and I've always heard that when one partner requests to open the relationship, that it's basically over. Any advice is appreciated. Has anyone ever gotten through a situation like this, or does it always end in crap? Thanks, y'all. Edit. Okay, y'all have convinced me. I was already leaning towards ending everything, but considering I haven't gotten a single person telling me this would work, or that she probably isn't already cheating, I think it's time to end it. Emma, call her right now and have her come get her stuff. Luckily, we don't share an apartment, so not too much will need to be moved. Thanks for all of the advice, everyone. I genuinely appreciate it. Edit 2. She's very upset, y'all, yelling at me about how I can end the relationship over a question. I should have just packed her stuff and had her come get it, LOL. Should not have called. Update. Girlfriend asked for open relationship. Welp. Today has sucked bum. When Rose came over to pick up her stuff, well, didn't quite go like that. She was quite adamant that we were not breaking up, especially over a hypothetical situation. Well, I'm not exactly proud of this, but I sort of blew up at her. We had a relationship where I never really yelled, so I think it might have scared her honestly. And again, I'm not exactly proud of it, but I really wanted to get some answers. After reading all of the comments, y'all had me convinced she was cheating. Eventually, she completely broke down, and guess what? Some of y'all were right. She had already slept with someone. Hypothetical, my booty rose. I really thought I felt broken earlier. Turns out I didn't even know the definition. I felt an insane mix of emotions. Most rage and sadness, a great combination. Honestly, there was a moment where I thought I was going to put a hole in the wall. I'm proud of myself for not doing that. I calmly told her to get any of her crap and leave. She was in hysterics at this point. She kept telling me we could get through it and not to throw our relationship away. I simply told her that she did that. I just sat on the couch numb, waiting for her to grab her crap. Eventually she left. Some of you probably could have predicted this, but she ended up leaving a decent amount of crap here. Should have just packed it all up for when she got here. So inevitably, I'll have to deal with that. Sorry I stopped responding to y'all. I've been sitting on the couch just thinking of everything. My phone is blowing up with messages from Rose, her best friend, and her sister. I don't even know how to tell my friends and family. I think I'm just gonna pack the rest of her crap and have one of my friends take it to her. Don't really want to see her again. I feel nauseous. Thanks for the advice. I'm glad I listened to you guys and didn't get tricked into something stupid. I didn't mention this in the first post, but this was my first real relationship, so I was hesitant at first to let go. Having a hard time processing how different my life was literally 13 hours ago. Appreciate everyone who left a comment or reached out. Additional update, girlfriend asked for an open relationship. Hello, y'all. Since my last post got so much attention, I thought some of you lovely gentlewomen and dudes would like to know how the last 2 days have gone. Well, my phone was blowing up with texts from Rose, her sister, and her best friend. Didn't respond to Rose a single time. However, I stupidly responded to the others for a little bit. You all probably know what was said, throwing away the relationship over something minor, yada. Yada. I did have to laugh at the BFF telling me I'm a bish for not fighting for my relationship, and clearly, I didn't care about her if I left that easy. So, I Dikembe Mutombo'd their asses. Took Sunday to try and not fall into a horrible pit of despair and self-loathing by watching some ball and playing some Zelda. You guys would be proud of me. I haven't had a single drop of alcohol since crap went down. Today was the day I worked on some crap. Packed up her stuff, had a buddy drop it off at her place. He sent me a photo of it that he just left it on top of her car. I thought that was pretty funny. Some of y'all were worried about me reaching out to people. The people that I'm actually concerned with knowing are aware of everything. Finally got the balls to call my mom, was filled with shame, and had a hard time calling her. I even sent a text to Rose's parents informing them of my side of what happened, just in case she spread some fibs. Some straight up lies, fabrications. Y'all get the idea. Then Rudy Goberted their asses too. I did want to touch on one thing. Some of y'all were convinced in my first post that my friend who didn't like Rose was the one she was having hypothetical situations with. I would be genuinely shocked. More shocked than finding out Rose was a cheater. He lives about 5 hours away and only met her once. He's also engaged, which doesn't necessarily mean he couldn't cheat, I guess, but I would be very surprised. The support y'all have given me has been overwhelming, but I appreciate every comment and message. I think I'm a long way from feeling good again, but you guys have helped me believe that it's something I can feel again someday. Honestly, would be surprised if I update again, but thought I'd give a little bit of closure to anyone who was interested. Thanks, y'all. Let's see comments. She's either cheating or has someone in mind. She wants to keep you as plan B. Don't open the relationship. It never works out, and you'll just get even more hurt than if you just break up with her. Someone is putting the open relationship in her head. Open relationship request means she has cheated and feels guilty and wants to wipe that away. She wants to get her back blown out by Johnny Thunderbang while utilizing you for your resources and support. Cake eater. She is actively interviewing your replacement. Monkey branching. Don't ask any questions. Just say this. Rose, I thought about it. Since you want to act single, I am making you single. As of now, we are both single, so you can F the person you have in mind. But I will not be waiting for you. I deserve better than that. Then walk away. Then after you leave, mark single on all of your socials. With the caption, it sucks when someone wants to use the guise of opening up the relationship as a way to cheat on you with a clear conscience. Anyway, my main question, is there any chance at saving this? No. It's almost guaranteed that she is already banging someone else and is proposing an open relationship to assuage her feelings of guilt because of her cheating. If she isn't already banging Chad from the office, she sure as hell wants to. She wants you for shelter, food, and bill payments. You're Mr. Reliable. And Chad for the bad boy sex tingles, dude. Advice from a 44-year-old man who has dealt with cheaters twice. Tell everyone what happened today. Give every detail you know. Do it fast. If you don't, she will try to blame you and stab you in the back, make you out to be the bad guy. Sorry you're a member of this group now. All the best. As a 42-year-old man who has also been cheated on twice, I second this. I will add, though, that if she has to come back again for the rest of her stuff, cover your ass and have someone else present, or at the very least record her time there on your phone. Once a cheater has been exposed, they get desperate. They will blame you and try to flip the narrative. There's a very good chance that if you are alone with her, she will accuse you of abuse or grape. I'm sorry you're going through this, man, but you dodged a bullet here. You don't have any kids or assets, and you're not married, so you can just block her and erase her from your life. It won't be easy to take you time to heal, but eventually you will heal. She asked for an open relationship because she felt guilty about cheating and wanted to keep doing it without guilt. There's no excuse for cheating. Her friends and sister will try and tell you she made a mistake and to not throw away your relationship over one mistake. But she made a choice to cheat and lie, then suggest an open relationship to ease her guilt. They will gaslight the crap out of you, block all of them. Let's see another story. My 23 female boyfriend, 27 male, left me after an open relationship disaster. Where to go from here? Our story is long, so bear with me, please. Essentially, we started an open relationship in October of 2016. Went into it eyes wide open. I thought I had sex and love 100% separate. He did too. We had some really good times for a while. Threesome, almost foursome, messing around on Tinder, and our own sex life just exploded with passion. Well, in late November before Thanksgiving, we had a situation come up with our landlord and couldn't find a place in time, so we mutually agreed to stay with our parents till January 20th when we were going to move in a small, cheap place together again. We agreed we would still see each other all the time. My mom and brother love him and had no problem with him just straight up living here. We got through the holidays just fine. Sex was a little harder to pull off, but damn, we tried to keep ourselves together. And then 2 weeks ago, on Friday, while we were talking during my lunch break on the phone, he tells me out of nowhere he has a date set up with a woman. I was a little taken aback because while we didn't talk about it, and yes, I know that's on me entirely, I had assumed we were taking a slow down with the open relationship while we lived separately. I don't know why I thought that, other than it would be hard to sleep with other people at our parents'. But it seemed that way to me. Neither of us had really even mentioned anything about it, other than to say, gee, can't wait to have our own place together and have people over again. And then he told me the woman's name. She happened to be the one that got away, the woman he tried to date before me. Literally a month or so before we got together. The only reason it didn't work was because for some reason she would make plans and just keep canceling. As soon as he mentioned her name, I had an awful feeling. Since I was at work, I didn't say anything. I only had 30 minutes on break, and I'd rather talk this out in person, I thought. Fast forward to Tuesday, he comes to spend the week, and we talk. I tell him I'm uncomfortable after some internal debating over whether it was something I could keep quiet about or not. I ask him if we can maybe slow our roll for just a couple weeks till we live together again. Well, you'd think I'd stabbed him. He reacted immediately and didn't pull any punches. It boiled down to if he couldn't sleep with this person at that time, then he was done. He said no more open relationship because I would just react this way every time he picked a new person. He was angry and betrayed, he said. If I changed my mind about this, what else would I change my mind about? Again, I was just floored. Where was my talkative and thoughtful boyfriend? Anytime we had a problem, we talked it through. He says he needs space and leaves. Over that weekend, we hardly talked. I tried to leave him alone, but I was hurting too, and I reached out. I asked if we would be okay. He told me he hoped so. This Saturday, he said he didn't think we could live together anymore. And then more radio silence. I got a little desperate and begged him to talk to me. He put it off again and again until today. I told him he had to come talk to me. If he wanted this to work, we needed to talk. That was the wrong move. He did come to see me. We yelled a bit back and forth. Essentially, he just poured all this anger out on me. Apparently, he's had problems for a while with us, and he felt like he couldn't talk to me. I didn't make him happy. I asked if he was breaking up with me. He said yes. I make him unhappy. And now here I am, half drunk and feel like I'm dying on the inside. We went through so much together. We had a miscarriage that made it to 4 months together. My brother died. His grandmother died. We just were so perfect together, I thought. And now I'm second guessing everything. ELDR. We had an open relationship, some discomfort in communication. Fight lead to the outpouring of all of our relationship flaws. What do I do now? I guess I don't know what I'm looking for here. Some kind of advice on how to go on when you feel like you lost your heart, and how to deal with the guilt of all of this. Let's see comments. He clearly had issues that went beyond the open aspect of the relationship. For some reason, he did not communicate them to you clearly and was not willing to work through them. The fact that you expressed discomfort at him sleeping with the one who got away was at most the trigger for all his bottled up issues, not the cause. So don't beat yourself up over it. Such is dating and relationships. Give yourself time to grief. You will move on from this, and there will be other people in your life. And learn from it, of course. For instance, it appears that love and sex isn't 100% separate for you, so you might want to factor that in for future open relationships.